be a long time till we get that answer, but it starts on overpass. Thank you so much, Matt and the guys at the desk. Machine. Doesn't have the kit just yet, does have the frags though, he gets two, tags up the other, Crad the last man standing, no kit, surely no hope, and it's beautiful from Exapower. We knew he was a star, but that's with the AWP. This is the pistol. Does so with the sidearm and gets himself the defuse.
That's so insane. He's actually got it as well at 3 versus 1. He manages to get them out of position. They're challenging him before he even touches the bomb. They're hoping to swarm him, and it comes down to that 1 versus 1. He touches the bomb, and at that point, they can't hold their nerve. DreamEaters have to take the face, even though it's pretty exposed plant. He nails the shot, and we go 1-0. DreamEaters are going to hate that.
What a way to start an elimination major series. Is you have a 3-man advantage that you squander. That is going to be a tough one for DreamEaters to swallow, and it doesn't look like they're willing to bow out of this one. My goodness, I'm seeing 3 AK-47s, Henry.
Yeah,
but I'm not seeing the Kevlar. This could be a bit of an oopsie from DreamEaters. forZe, he's going naked with that rifle.
Yeah, well, they've got the firepower. They're going to throw Crad the AK also does not have armor, so this is a little bit messy because you can see they bought an extra deagle, which they don't actually need right now. So they could have had one more set of Kevlar. Absolutely, the deagle costs more than Kevlar. So there we go. It might be a little bit awkward for them up against just 1 rifle though. That's in the hand of FaceCrack. He's had one sensational tournament, I have to say. 3 MP9s, 1 UMP, and a B attack looking likely. Not a full speed that can probe towards middle and see if he can get any information for his team.
This is indicative of pressure. DreamEaters, they are feeling it up against their domestic rivals. A full Russian server we have here, and just one will find themselves in the Legends stage. Restraint being displayed by Exapower. He's just there for the toilet side and the entrance from the long side.
Under a minute now. They still have 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs. They've been positioned out B for a while now. Starting to triangulate around that position. 2 players coming from the connector. Kinky outside Monster with forZe and Spheres.
Worth mentioning, Kinky really has been their standout player here at the major. 30 frags to bring them the win versus Vitality.
There's a lot of talent on the server right now. Not so much household names, but trust me, they're going to put on a bit of a show for you. CT's trying to fight back here. It's the opening pick for Kinky, but you can see Jerry still in a decent position, but the flashbangs coming in thick and fast. This might be enough for DreamEaters, you know.
That's not bad. Catching Exapower towards connector. forZe in the meantime makes the most of his teammate's flash. Walks into the side. Jerry's gone, but Flitt's been playing the waiting game and from the barrels. He lines up 3. There's another low. It's just Crad. 1 versus 1. Crad stabilizes. Just like that, it's been a bit of a mess. DreamEaters, they slip, but they land it. 1-1.
It's going to be a brawl here, Alex. You can see that play from the barrels. I didn't think it would work out. Normally it's checked. They got 3 kills towards B. They didn't anticipate that 3rd player. Flit denies the plant, gets 3 kills in total. Then it was just 9 HP on Crad remaining. He gets the 1D, and of course there's going to be a forced buy in response. We have Deagles, Scouts, and a FAMAS up against the 3 AKs. If forZe can win this round, they will crush the money of DreamEaters here. Let's see what the approach is from the terrorist forces. They do have a very decent buy here. Comparable to the CTs, is looking much better.
Jesus, we're 2 rounds in. What have we got in store for us? Nice work, of course, is Exapower. That scout is one of his favorites, and he's showing us why. Crad, the hero of the previous round, this time will be forced to watch as his remaining teammates, just the 4 of them, look to operate for now in the default, spreading themselves out, looking to catch any of that force buy from the CT aggression. They're going to try and put those Deagles, those SMGs, of course, just the pistols for them, but DreamEaters, they don't have all the answers just yet. Only the scout has made its presence officially known. I like this off angle from Almazet. The story of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady.
Yeah.
Apparently wins the race. Well, we're about to find out.
Heading towards A. Presumably a couple of smokes towards CT steps. Towards bank. There's the first. Almeza trying to take aggro away from Jerry here. He's waiting patiently on the side. He's got that Desert Eagle. See what he can do with it. Opportunity now. That should be a kill. Not quite going to land it. Nice advantage now for DreamEaters. You can see the rotating CTs locked out by the smoke. Flit's their only chance now on the force side.
He was their only chance last time as well. Uses that smoke perfectly, catches Sviat with his back turn. The trade is there. Still though, 2 versus 2. The CTs, one coming from long is Extra Power. FaceCrack has already lost quite a significant amount of his health, down to 29 from Toilets. Oh, that could have been it. But FaceCrack's already connected, all onto one man, and already is. Kinky, he does find the first. Still has the HP, but that Scout now, the damage from FaceCrack enables that one bullet is all he needs with the Scout. Time on Kinky's side. The bomb's down. Extra Power hits the shot. And forZe, you said they could break them. They have.
That's insane. Oh, I love this so far. It comes down to yet another 1 versus 1, Alex.
It does.
Every round so far has been a 1 versus 1. We're going to have a force buy in response. The fact they get the bomb down now means they can buy again. They're going to be averaging around $3,000 per player. Sphere has 4K, so they're going to bring out a couple of rifles again. Almost certainly. They don't want...
a Banshee present already. I mean, I'm hearing this squeal. Trying to get under each other's skin. I mean, they know each other well.
Well, they've taken a tactical timeout now. forZe will save 1 AK-47. XE Power is 6 grand, so he'll probably get the AWP out himself, drop the AK to someone that really needs it. That'll probably be Jerry by the looks of things. He's the one that's most in financial need here.
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to take... I need hydration. Oh. Unfortunately, we have to do a bit of both. There we go.
Right.
You all cool?
Yeah.
In school. Stay in school. See what this one shapes up to be. Looks a little bit of a break. I do love that we've cut to both DreamEaters and forZe and seen smiles on the faces of both of them, Crad, Jerry, respectively. So much on the line in this best of 3. And we're jumping into round 4.
AKs are out. Crad and Sphere will wield those. We've got the Galil for forRester. Kinky and Speed will have to go with the pistols here, but it's pretty decent. See, Kinky had to drop one of the weapons, so he'll be a Deagle, no armor. One of the compromises you have to make on these force buys, but still, pretty strong setup overall. They do have 3 smokes in total. XE Power boosted up in the B bomb side, looking towards short. Obviously, vulnerabilities towards that squeaky door, but as long as it's closed, he is fine for now. See now if he can crack things open. Another slow approach here from the T. He's trying to dismount quietly here. That's fine. And FaceCrack just waiting for any sort of aggro on his side of the map, and he'll just drop the incendiary and call for rotations. Currently have 3 players towards A, focusing on that area, but DreamEaters have 5 outside of B.
Certainly do. Those rifles looking to try and pick, and it's Crad who does make that AK clear. Fires off the shots towards Monster. No CTs to react. It was just FaceCrack to get a face full. But still kicking, down to 32. Presence about to be a whole lot more clear, though, as they start to gather. My goodness, 4 of them, 5 of them, all towards short. They might just walk in here, Henry. And they do. Jerry was not ready for that one. Completely catch them unawares. Now FaceCrack, that damage done to him earlier, could come back to haunt him. Crad, similar case for him, caught by Extra Power. 35. The bomb's still not gone down. Sviat now starting to make that happen. FaceCrack, he's not going to catch him, and this is good from DreamEaters. They can fall back now. CTs have to come to them.
Yeah, they're definitely going to go for this one. They've got the SMGs close range, trying to find any damage they can. The smoke's locking them out for now. For an incendiary in vain towards a short position. This looks very difficult now for the CT. That's the FaceCrack. He'll be going down quickly, and the AKs have a massive advantage here. The Tech 9 from short. That should be all she wrote for this round, because it's the 4 versus 2. They still have the orb of XE Power. Probably worth saving that weapon. Not worth giving it up, and he will fall back at this point. The MP9 might as well try and stay and take players down with him. Not going to happen, though. Almeza will just have to leave XE Power here. He's had a great start to this matchup here. The first map is DreamEaters' pick, and the force buys have been relentless. The first round hasn't gone down to a 1 versus 1 so far. It's a convincing victory for DreamEaters. They get that timing towards short, and you can see there's going to be some fun in this game, Alex. They're going to be shouting at each other, they're going to make sure they get inside each other's heads. It's going to be excellent.
Yeah, every tiny margin you can attain. I think that's the plan.
And the most important thing is that these guys don't actually play each other. They haven't challenged each other since 2018. They avoided each other at the minor as well. They're both here in the 2-2 game. One of these teams are going through. This is where it all comes down to. Who will be the next CIS team through? And
it kind of is, you know, it's like father versus son. forZe have been somewhat of the front runner for CIS Tier 2, and now we jump into another round with a force buy from the CTs around that orb. Wow, they do not want to relent.
It's up to XE Power. What's he up to? He'll be towards middle for now. No initial pick. They're going towards B once again. It could be their unraveling because the MP9 has pushed off towards short. Jerry got away with this one. Where is Spacecraft right now?
They're right in front of each other. For some reason, I think SpeedX worked it out. He was like, hang on a second, I stood still. There's not a wall in front of me. Kinky, though, walks into the site. Huge work alongside forZe to make B a reality. They can get that bomb down. They do have the numbers, but still not impossible. And XE Power ensures that I don't forget that. Catches forZe aggressive. Bomb's not down. Looking to go 1 versus 3. He did it in the pistol. Now he's got his signature weapon. He could go for the wall bang. And this is going to love him. And not going to hit the second. Brings Kinky down to 10.
That's so insane. He smokes off towards short, means he can isolate Kinky now. He's throwing away the AWP and going to try and pick up that AK. It's not going to look too good for him. Kinky just trying to get the hell out. It looks like they've got enough here. XE Power does have a kid though, however. Flashbang as well. Encroaching towards the bomb site. He'll probably kill the first player here, no problem. Speed out made his way towards Monster and he will peek before the bomb can even be touched. Lovely play. Two of the star players on the server right now. Speedak versus XE Power. Another 1 versus 1. Surely forZe have to give in now, Alex. They can't force buy again. We have to take an eco at this stage.
You would certainly hope so. We'll double check. They've already surprised us before trying to make that work, and they really did get damn close. Another 1v1. I feel like that's all we've seen. If I look at, hang on, how many players have remained? Yeah, in the rounds forZe have won, they've had 1 player standing in every single one of them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there it is. It will be pretty much the full eco. Jerry gets a P250 in armor. Seemed like he had extra cash compared to his teammates. XE Power can still buy the AWP next round as they rush towards long. 4 CTs making their way around. They have no flashbang. They're just going to be holding at the corner right now, setting up the bear trap. As see DreamEaters take things very slowly now. They know what they're up against at this point. They've brought out a couple of SMGs instead of just getting AKs across the board, so they can send these MAC-10s into key positions like this. You can see it's quite an interesting setup towards long, trying to bait each other in. It'll be actually one of the go-to positions when you know against just USPs, etc. Why not go towards long? That's where you've got your AKs. That's where you can keep it a long-range duel. And Speedak might get more than he bargained for if he heads him towards that position. He's got the MAC-10. But his teammates actually heading towards B right now. forZe to confirm 1 player's there, and it's Jerry. Remember, he's got the PD50 armor, so he might be a little bit more difficult to contain.
The fact that no one swings on forZe, you can see he was expecting it. He's going to continue this investigation. He wants to try and find Jerry, clear out that site, and he goes get the fight he was looking for, but forZe now down low. They brought nothing into this round but the P250 and Kevlar of Jerry, and that's where the initial resistance has been presented. That's not going to dissuade them, though. They're charging. As are the CTs. forZe, they should be able to finish them off, but early damage done. Can they profit? They can, but Kinky will wrap this one up, I assume. Almeza, let's find another. They've managed to make quite a lot out of this USP round.
Trying to press E on the AK.
Get it. And yeah, the MAC-10 will conclude things. And so, DreamEaters, they do win the full eco, but you've got to give forZe credit. They managed to make something with just the sidearm.
Well, there we have it. AWP will come out now. 4-2. DreamEaters Mac pick. And presumably they'll have the AKs across the board at this point. We are going to see forZe with the final AK there. Speedak currently with the Tech 9. And he gets the AWP, of course, to go with it. This is the battle we wanted to see. These are 2 of the best snipers in this region right now. XE Power versus Speedak. We have casted a lot of their games in this tournament so far. We've been very impressed with those 2 individuals, right? That's going to be one great duel.
And on this map, no less, we've seen some crazy things from them. Speedak really impressed me on the CT side of overpass at the minor. But yes, 2 and flamboyant AWPers as well. These guys are not holding lines. Yeah, they are flashy. Fun to watch. Not always fun to be on the team with them, though. Conversation for another time. Round 7, map 1. Loser goes home. Winner is off to the Legends stage.
It's all very quiet right now. Focusing towards a connector. DreamEaters will make their way through. Making sure they use the buddy system to full effect here. Going to be having the AWP with them. So presumably going to be heading towards middle. Try and get the AWP in position for a pick towards the A bomb side. That would make the most sense. That's clearing every nook and cranny of the connector position. Now bomb's going to be there as well. They do have a flashbang coming in from Sfiat towards middle. Just to push back any potential AWPers there towards the bathrooms. Speedo will keep his eye on the mid area as they start to encroach towards the bomb site here. Now full execution is on the cards. This is a nice boost. This is actually very effective to look towards the bathrooms here.
Oh, he avoids it completely. He's likely going to get at least 1 here, surely.
I think so.
Very unpredictable.
Setting up the execution now. You can see those smokes coming in. This is the final
1 swinging. Just the 1, though. Kinky, that's quick to trade. Not as much impact as Jerry was hoping for. Almeza does catch Sfiat on long. That will deter him. But they're committing. With the bomb charging on towards the A side, catches Flip. That's a problem. You can see his reaction. 20 seconds, though. That bomb has got plenty of time to be planted, and they extend their lead. Sviat shuts down FaceCrack in his aggression towards Connector, and now that one will be the 5th for DreamEaters. You know Exapower's keeping hold of that AWP.
Yeah, he has to. No choice, I'm afraid, in this one. DreamEaters with a decent map control, the slow approach at the very start of the round, focusing towards that Connector, clearing out any aggressive angles, making sure the CTs are locked on the bomb sites there. forZe were very passive in their approach. We saw that boost towards the bomb site. Yes, it was great for one pick, but overall, when the trade comes in, you know there's a second CT there at that point. They could focus on him. He had to push towards long just to get himself out of a dangerous position. And now it's up to the sniper of forZe to hold on to this AWP. He has no utility. Armor is available, but I'm not sure he'd even want to fire a shot at this point. He does spot one towards Monster. Self-preservation is the name of the game right now. It looks like he's absolutely fine. If Exapower is alive and well, especially with the AWP in his hand, there's always a chance they can do something with this round. But now the scoreline getting a little bit dangerous for them. 5-2 down on their CT side. You see the odds coming in, still favouring towards forZe. Brought to you by GG.bet, and they are, I would say, the favourites coming into this one. If you look at how they've played and the notoriety behind them, but this is the DreamEaters map pick. They're playing well today. They've got a nice approach, and they're looking quite disciplined as well. It's not very chaotic. This is very methodical so far, but they have to overcome this AWP presence.
Certainly, forZe have got a whole lot more results to back them up prior to the major, but here at the major, a win versus NRG, a win versus Vitality. DreamEaters have taken some big scalps.
That was on overpass as well, right?
No less, yeah. They actually managed to overcome like a comeback from NRG into overtime and still managed to stabilize. So that was really, I think that was indicative that DreamEaters were capable of greatness.
Yeah, we can see they like this map. So, as we mentioned, the AWP presence of Exapower sits towards Connector. They have got CZs, 5.7s. Jay went for the MP9, so there is every chance they can pull this one off. Another slow approach from DreamEaters here. Trying to dissect the map with the flashbang, same one thrown from Sviat. Not the same result this time. It's going to be Crad that goes down. No trade, and there is a rifle available towards middle if they want it. They'd have to fight for it surely, but what a great push that is. forZe didn't see it coming. There's a rifle for sure. Jerry picks it up.
forZe, they haven't even looked like they've broken a sweat with this half bite. Amazing Eagles caught another one. Now Kinky into the site. It's cost him everything. Just the one frag and another rifle scooped up for forZe. This is the dream scenario. Maybe not for Almeza as he does moonwalk into the sniper of Speedak. He wants to make sure that that doesn't fall into the wrong hands. A double up on the CT side will not be given for free. Exapower, however, confirms that one's going the way of forZe. So 5-3 here on overpass.
Lovely work from Exapower going towards that Connector. Finds the opening pick. As soon as they do, they know the terrorists have to adjust. They have to meet up. They have to start moving. And that's when they push off towards short. They did not feel that coming at all. And they give away an AK, and player by player, it's forZe having a very successful partial buy there with the saved WWP. The flashbang didn't affect Exapower at all. He then rotates over towards the party, finds Speedak, who did throw away the AWP, so at least he doesn't give them double AWP setups at this point. Round 9 coming through. Still plenty of money for DreamEaters here, but it's starting to be whittled away at. Flashbang suggests Jerry wants to push towards Fountain.
Oh my gosh, and you're not lying. He's up there on the fountain. This is an ambitious push. He can be flanked, but still manages to get it through the fire and flames. My goodness, the flash landed. He still finds Crad. It's a great flash. You can see he was fully. The fact that the trade and Sviat still gets the assist. But level stead. A 2-2 split for the CTs. I mean, this has always been a discussion surrounding overpass, isn't it? Is that symbiotic early aggression into turtling? I mean, getting the early advantage. I think Fnatic were one of the first to innovate.
On the CT side, it's really interesting, the options you have. It's a great map for that sort of aggressive CT start. If you're feeling it and you're hitting your shots, you know the money isn't exactly there for your opposition. Orpos can certainly crack things open. Speaking of which, simply Speedak that finds the pick towards Monster. They're going to run through the flames. So they want to push them first, but it didn't actually work out too well for them. Sviat's still burning here, and Speedak. They survived, but they've taken a lot of damage there. That might allow forZe to get back into this. Currently a 3 versus 2. Oh, the incendiary was going to be thrown by Almeza, but he has spotted one towards short. He'll throw it regardless and try and push him back either towards him or away. forZe looks to be fine. He can't retreat at this point. It's going to be a very important kill here. Almeza takes damage, but finds the 2 versus 2 as the 2 tagged up players that are remaining here. Sviat will be left alone, surely. Great stuff there. What a fantastic retake from forZe. It's Almeza coming in from the connector, dropping that incendiary, holding them in positions, and then taking them down one by one. It's going to be 5-4. We said that was an important round. It could crush the finances of DreamEaters, but they put the bomb down. They do have at least one more buy here, I'd say. They can get 2 rifles out they really wanted to, I would say it's more likely they get the partial buy. And considering on the T side, it's their map pick, they don't need to throw their money away at this point. They're not desperate for rounds. So Deagles, CZs, maybe a couple of smokes. You know they're like an execution here. This is great work from Jerry. He got flashed through. He gets one, but it certainly made things very difficult for DreamEaters to run their D4 or any sort of execution.
Hyper-aggressive. Exapower actually jumping from heaven to find that close corner. We didn't get to see it from his POV, but very, very aggressive once again. And speaking of, he's doing it now. He could be in trouble, though. They're closing that gap fast. Exapower, he's going to have to find back away. How is he still alive? His teammates are keeping him safe and sound. It looks like that's all she wrote. Sviat has one more line to write. Takes Almeza down. Will be able to pick himself up that AWP. He has the Kevlar, and he has 3 to find. Exapower, the fact that he hits one with the AWP, switches to the P250, Almeza is there in support. That could have gone so awkwardly if the support was not instantaneous. Suddenly there's an AWP in the hands of the Ts, and you've lost that toilet control. So yeah, probably makes the wise decision.
Yeah, I think that's a great choice. You just thrown away $5,000 for the CTs there, so at least you're managing their economy. And Sviat probably won't be able to do much of this. A kill would be fantastic. CT sticking together, so even if he does get one, there should be a trade. He might catch in the back though, Alex. Timings suggest there is a possibility he can do. You'll see the shadow, I think, of the CT. He will. There it is. Oh, still doesn't get it.
That's quick from Flit.
So anyone who's not aware, in CSGO you don't see your own shadows, and sometimes you do forget that fact, and you can actually not be aware that the T has the advantage there, but still hitting this shot. That's pretty insane, and it goes 5 to 5.
What are some of the best examples? I think, you know, from the site side of A ramp on Mirage.
Yeah.
Long doors, Dust
Long
2.
doors and Dust 2. Nuke main entrance. You can see the player on top of hut. Yeah, exactly that. And it is a bit
that one
weird.
right there, I guess.
Yeah,
Toilets.
it's been a conversation for a while. It's just not possible in the Source engine, I believe, is the problem.
It is an interesting dynamic, and it does make, you know, that the depth of Counter-Strike go even deeper. Exapower, though, willing to take that fight again. Understandably flashed off this one. They're going to be forced off this one with the Molotov. Can't boost for that early shot, but it does seem like something that forZe want to integrate into their standard.
Yes. See if it works out for them. They've actually done a very good job of getting back into this game generally. 3 rounds in a row now, all stem from that partial buy victory with the saved AWP. Here's the big man himself, Exapower, looking towards middle of the bathrooms. Oh, he spots one. He might be in trouble here, but Almeza there to back him up. Desperately trying to bunny hop out. He's going to have the challenge. Can't get the scope ready in time. Crad will find the trade, so he's down to 54 HP. They can pick up the AWP if required. They do have 4 players up, but feedback is down, so maybe they won't be fancying it, but headshots, they'll always be in the mood for those. Almeza goes down, and now they still have a minute on the clock, Alex. Plenty of smokes as well, flashbangs there. It looks like they're transitioning back towards the B-bomb site. I was about to say only Facecrack is there. The way he's played this tournament, that one-man army could be enough.
He really can put his team on his back. Actually, more so on that T side. Give him the freedom, and he can go wherever he wants. Well, for now, responsible to keep this B site safe. What's he got at his disposal? Just a flash, and then it's raw aim. It's trying for the off angle. Kinky's so quick. forZe's flash was there too. And just like that, DreamEaters have the site, will have the plant, and will likely have the round. Just Flit and Jerry, they're going to be scarpering towards the other side of the map. That's the perfect example of what happens when your AWP aggression is punished. Sure. Exapower caught off in toilets. You can't go long because you don't have the info. You're trapped. You haven't really got any room to maneuver. Yeah, it's a horrible feeling.
He knew he was done for there. He was just hoping to take one more down with him if possible. But you see, even with the attempt of a quick scope, wasn't even fast enough. They were ready and waiting. 2 players there. He was going down no matter what. And it's up to Flit and Jerry. They do find the AWP now, so saving that's always going to be valuable, of course. And they've got plenty of money to buy going forward. You see, Exapower could even buy a secondary AWP if they wanted to at this stage. Double AWP setup on overpass is advised. It can be very beneficial to have a transitioning AWP between B, using the hand position, and going for the initial monster pick at the start as well. But when you have a player like Exapower, who's someone who's so dynamic and aggressive and great at finding opening picks, might not need the double AWP setup. They might be just happy just to maintain the money a little bit more and have 4 rifles. As we'll see, Almeza go for the FAMAS instead. AK for Flit. So back on their feet, but DreamEaters do have the lead 6 to 5. We haven't had many tactical pauses so far. This is the first 4 DreamEaters. Just going to be discussing their options after winning the previous round. They want to make sure they don't get any sort of problems going forward here. They've got the full buy, 4 AK-47, SpeedAC with the AWP as well. Just trying to work out what they're up against going into this round. If they want to change the pace up, and that's the most important thing about timeouts. You know your opponents are going to be adjusting, so they're going to be changing things up and kind of making adjustments based on what you're doing. So do you want to throw in an aggressive round of the CTs right now? Do you just want to sabotage any attempts they might have in mind, any set piece they're planning? Just get that first pick. Even if it's a trade, you shut down that potential. So see if forZe wants to use this timeout to their own benefit. As we said, Overpass is one of those maps that CTs do have plenty of options at the start of each round.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure we highlight just how strong of a start Kinky has had. He was not the name at the tip of the tongue. Speedax, fjad, Krad, forZe, all have impressed alongside him, but really, this has been the Kinky major for DreamEaters. The Kinky major does sound ridiculous, I agree. Krad, look at that. Straight into the Molotov, going to get the first back to a turn, but bullets are fired. Great work from FaceCrack. The smoke will enable him to not only pick himself up the AK, but survive. Good damage to forZe as well. When we speak of Kinky, well, they're going to have to try and win a round without him, and Jerry there to support FaceCrack despite the flash. forZe through the smoke as Krad advances from short. There is just a flurry of frags. Exapower arrives just in the nick of time to catch Sviat. They can boost. Choosing to put the FAMAS up there, looks like it will be rewarded. Krad sewed him low, couldn't be lower. You could kill him with a paperclip. 18 points of health between the two remaining players for DreamEaters. Full health for Exapower, but the AWP almost makes it irrelevant. His pistol, just the USP. forZe presents and gets the shot. That's huge from forZe. Yeah. He picked that up from Speedax's corpse and makes it count.
Oh, you're absolutely right there. The fact he got the kill through the smoke as well, just to give them some access towards that B-bomb site. It's a scrappy round, and we said there was a timeout there. DreamEaters were going to change the pace up. They didn't necessarily B-rush it, but they sent 5 players quickly, waited for the initial utility to be bombarded towards them, then going up towards shore, trading out those frags, and there was nothing that could be done. They did a great job there, and once more, forZe will just have to take pistols here. Exapower, $4,000, gets himself Deagle, helmet, and a defuse kit just in case they get some fortune with these pistols. USP, no armor for Almeza, just trying to spot if anyone crosses over towards playground.
See what they can do with this one. DreamEaters for a T-side on Overpass. Starting to see why it's their map pick. forZe is resilient, stringing together, what was it, 3 in a row. Has managed to keep this game looking close, but definitely full control for the T's so far. This round, no exception. forZe 1 round on this. Nice start from forZe. Anticipating Jerry's push and handles it with ease. And they're going to use every second they have in this round just to make sure no foolish mistakes are made. They know the CTs have to come to them, and we're seeing examples of it all over the map. Flit actually successfully with his USP is rewarded, grabs himself the AK, but DreamEaters, they don't have a single feeling of being rushed here. They don't have to do anything they don't want to. Almeza and Flit starting to group up.
We go then. Should be quite a simple procedure for DreamEaters, but you never know. That AK-47 could find a couple of heads. It's Krad to lead the charge towards this A site. They've got plenty of time. Molotov towards the steps just to make things a little bit extra spicy. And this Almeza dropping into the flames as well. Just has to fall back. He's going to try and save the AK. Looks like he fancies the fight here. That's a nice kill. He's ruffled some feathers. He's got a flashbang as well. Could just flash through his smoke as he waits for another opportunity here. 49 HP. T's don't need to challenge this. It's pretty clear he won't have the kit. Although Exapower did buy one. It is available, but I don't think that's going to be a massive factor here. Just looking if he can hold anyone on the bomb site. Might as well save at this point.
It's like his teammates told him to go for it. I think that's enough. He knows the info's there. And now just looking to try and keep hold of that AK-47. I think they've sent one on the hunt. It will be Krad. Tucks himself in the corner. No armor, no hope, no way. Save, but Krad loses his life. That counts.
Yeah. They've got plenty of money. We're going into round number 14, so it's not going to have a massive knock-on effect, but it's certainly something. Exapower straight into the AWP. Here are the scores on the door so far. Exapower 14 kills. Kinky at the top. He hasn't fragged for a couple of rounds now, but still there with 10 kills.
It's backwards.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're right. Sorry.
You know, DAK, the standard way of doing things.
I was just like, hold on a second. Makes sense. Okay, so he's got, what, 14 with
17,
that?
yeah.
So 17 for Kinky, and then 14 for Exapower. Those are the official numbers.
Those are the official numbers, yeah.
Just got those confirmed in my ears, so that's not a problem. forZe 2 at 13, and then it looks like pretty equal fragging so far. One thing that sticks out from his FaceCrack, he's playing that B-bomb site and not really having massive impact there. Not what we're used to seeing from him. Such a strong presence usually. He's on 5 and 11. Getting to the penultimate rounds here. We'll have one defuse kit, bare bones utility for the CTs, but they do have the rifles required, and of course that powerful AWP. Which Speedax hasn't exactly set the server on fire yet, but early days here, Sniper's normally more impactful on the CT side.
Certainly. Still Faith will see that, but let's see how the ET side concludes for the Eaters of Dreams. I wonder what a dream would taste like. I imagine it depends on the dream.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good point.
Yeah, thanks, man. Almeza did catch Kinky, though, and that's a big scout to take. The hardest hitter gone, and that's nice. Just throws the Molotov out, not only for presents, but he's got himself another one.
A spare one. Means they can't pick it up either. So get rid of it. All slows down here. Kinky, like we said, the top fragger, he'll be going down first. Got the GoPro on this orb, Alex.
Or any other action camera device.
Other cameras are available. just to be clear.
He's getting pressured, and for some reason, Exapower's the one in first. Almeza will get the trade, but Speedak, he's been crawling on long, and doesn't look like he's going to be able to find too much damage. Almeza doesn't need to find the head to find the kill. 3 in this round so far. One-man show, looking to find his fourth. forZe still committing towards this site, has the supportive plan from his teammates. Fiat swinging in. Is he looking for the second on Optimus? He might be. Oh. And wow, this round has transformed. Now with the smoke going down, so can the bomb. 2 versus 2.
This is kind of insane from forZe. This is the strongest game I've seen from him so far. 15 and 9, those are 2 massive kills in round 14 here. 2 versus 2. Low HP for forZe, but he still seems keen as ever to challenge, but face crack coming behind. He looks like he's got a free kill here, no problem there. But Sviat coming in from the flank from bathrooms. 1 versus 1 now. No kit available for Jerry. There might be one on the bomb site, which he does find. And now he has to get near that bomb. So you're making a lot of noise, and Jerry trying to find it.
You know, it's just going to come down to the duel, and Jerry, pinpoint precise, finds the 6th for forZe. That's a big one. That's a big win.
You can see the money on the CT side as well. They lose that round and a lot of trouble. They managed to come over it, and it's going to be 8-6. We want to see this go the distance, right? 8-7, that's what I'm looking for. And we'll be Almeza to open things up at the start of that round. Takes down Kinky, like we said, who's been the main protagonist of the DreamEaters side. And here he comes with his 3rd kill of the round. Fantastic work from him.
Speedak's going to be mad he missed that shot.
Indeed. Yeah, he's still on 7. Hasn't fragged for a couple now.
That's the kind of AWPing he's so comfortable usually with. Willing to play it more like a rifle, willing to go close quarters. And Exapower, quite the same can be applied to him because he's looking for the peak again. It's actually going much wider than you need to. In pursuit of this frag on speed. I caught a glimpse of one crossing playground, not going to be too distracted by it still. Round 15, it's our first, or rather last round of our first half here. Let's see what they've got in store. Just an SMG of FAMAS, a couple of sacrifices has already been highlighted, but forZe, the firepower they have, with the Exapower they have on that AWP, shouldn't be too much to worry about. Great shot, Kinky.
Keeping it up.
He knows the info that there's another one on the site, courtesy of the boost.
Even after winning the previous round, you see forZe still have to make do with the UMP. Flit does recover the FAMAS for his teammate, however, so they throw that away. So they do have 3 rifles and the AWP. Almeza with a tricky angle. You can see him spotting the shadow there of Crad, trying to dodge flashbangs now, seeing if he can find a quick pick before falling back. It's a difficult shot with the M4. Needs to be so precise with his headshots. Flashbangs will knock him off his perch, and at this point they're fully committing towards that A-side, Alex.
Exapower is going to have to try and get at least 1 on the cross to make it easy for Almeza. They're coming from long as well. So much pressure. Sviat's already found 1 on the way in, and Kinky another. That should be enough. forZe locked out of this one now with the smoke's plumed on stairs.
He actually collided that shot as well. He hits 2 of them. Crad and Spiat get hit by the AWP bullet. He doesn't get a single kill.
Oh, and just think how that could have shifted.
Indeed, he gets a double kill there. All of a sudden it's a 3-on-3, but now 5 versus 2. Flit and FaceCrack have 0 chance here. It's DreamEaters on their map pick with 9-6 at the half on the T side. This is looking very good, but this is going to go the full distance. I can feel it already. We've got players on the force side looking incredibly sharp. Let's hope they can keep it up after this break.
DreamEaters versus forZe Esports. One of them is off to the legend stage and one will be oh so close yet oh so far. This is their last chance saloon. It starts on Overpass. It was the choice of DreamEaters, and with a lead on the T side, they now are set to defend up against forZe.
Very important pistol coming up. We did have forZe pick it up in the first half. That was such a great brawl at the opening segments of this map. 1 versus 1s for the first 4 rounds. forZe did take a bit of a hit towards the end. It's 9-6 to anyone's game here. Pistol would help forZe tie things up as he sent 4 players towards the B side. Actually, all 5 going over the smoke, heading in towards the bomb side. Double stack towards barrels. That's interesting. But the Molotov is down. They both have to move here, but they're finding all the headshots. How have they made that work? It's forZe once again standing in the flames. A double headshot for him. 4 versus 2. Almost no chance this bomb's going to be planted. They need to find all the kills and very quickly indeed. Jerry and FaceCrab making a good go of it though. They take the lead somehow, but they're still low. It doesn't seem to matter. It's a 4-piece for Jerry. What an insane round that was, Alex.
This is just a perfect microcosm for forZe DreamEaters. We knew it was going to be funny. We knew it was going to be brilliant. But these two teams clashing, it has just been nothing short of beautiful chaos. Those are the 2 words I would pin to this so far. Look at this from forZe. They're in the molly, on top of the barrels, an incredible adjustment to put just 2 players left for forZe, but it only takes 1. Jerry, the hero of this round.
That was the absolute maximum forZe could get. He was Molotov down to 10 HP at that point. 1 more tick, he was about to drop. He gets 2 headshots from a position where he's looking at the floor, burning to death. Jumps up and makes it work. But still, it's forZe somehow making that comeback. They needed that pistol. It was labored, but they've got there. Now they need to fend off the force buy, which seems oh so prevalent in terms of success in today's game. 5.7s. They're becoming more and more popular, aren't they? I've seen a bit of a resurgence of that weapon.
And I saw Sean Gares actually take to Twitter talking about the second round Krieg. Well, in the hands of Jerry, it has arrived. Feeling that or questioning just how powerful this can be. SMGs to play around it as well. Bomb in the hands of Flit. They start to gather towards long. Makes sense. Knowing the CT buy will be limited. Lining up their smokes. 1-4 bank in the hands of Almeza.
So it looks like forZe will be going for...
DreamEaters are all there.
Yeah, that's a good point because they haven't actually got anything towards B. Now they don't know if any flanks are available to the CTs at this point, so they're going to be very careful. They go back towards connector. Looks like they're going to stay on track. I say that the bomb actually hightails it to the B bomb site. I don't know, but they've gone for it. They're going to try and suggest this isn't a commitment, but Almeza flashed off using smokes here, and they're going back towards A. They can't seem to work out exactly what they're going for. I think they were just checking for flanks there potentially. There are so many players towards that A side. It is the opening pick for forZe.
Jerry. With that quickly clear the corners, the swing comes in from Sviat. They're getting the frags. DreamEaters making it work, but perhaps not enough. And look at that, a flurry of Mac 10 frags. This weapon will be a talking point. There is no doubt about it. Yeah,
this has been the first major I can say. Like, the Mac 10 has had serious impact almost every single game. A lot of players even focusing on that, and some gun rounds as well. Just so you have that run and gun mentality. Brought it to almost every single round. If you watch the G2 games for this tournament, look out for Amanek. Using that weapon going forward into the next stage of the tournament is going to be fantastic. It is very interesting to see how you can run through smokes, flashes, even fire, get up close and personal, and take them down at close range and farm cash.
And with the way the money's been going, you're seeing oh so many rounds where people are actually choosing to, even on the CT side and the T side, make that helmet sacrifice.
Yeah.
That Mac 10 gives a couple more windows, and this is a perfect opportunity to display its power. He's full flash, but it doesn't stop him fragging. Nice work. FaceCrack does another. 1,200 in the bank so far in this round from forZe as they continue their advance. There isn't anything really to worry about, just the deagle of Kinky, which has now been neutralized by the Krieg of Jerry, and so this will be the equalizer. We go straight back to an even kill, 9-9. The lead that DreamEaters did manage to acquire with that 9-6 half has been all but lost after the lost pistol.
Yeah, we said forZe needed that pistol. They didn't necessarily look like they were going to win it, but they managed to get to this position.
Thanks to Jerry.
Yeah, absolutely, and they keep 5 players alive here as well. So this will be interesting now to see that comment you just made about the helmets. Are they aware of it? Because there are 3 Mac 10s there. They got pretty much all of their kills through the SMG. So DreamEaters have to be aware of that and sacrifice some utility perhaps to go for the extra helmets. They currently have 2 players, that's Krad and Speedak, with those naked heads, and 3 with the helmets. So it's actually pretty good overall. It's a solid buy. They've got the AWP, 4 and 4s, but 4s with 4 SMGs, I would assume they're going to be something very quick towards the B bomb side.
Yeah, would make sense. See if that backs up. Looks like you've got a good read of the situation. Almaze is going to get the Molotov on towards short to ensure there's not going to be any presence beating FaceCrack to this push. Almaze is right behind him. No one through Monster just yet, though. Flashes do obscure their vision. And look at FaceCrack. He's already behind enemy lines. That's a huge frag. Drive-by into Crad. Sviat, though, looking to stabilize. Digs his heels in deep. Uses the smoke to his advantage. He can just slip away, disappear, and slow this one down. I say disappear. He wants to advance. He wants to try and catch them on his own. This is absurd. Great work from Sviat. Such presence of mind. But now a 2 versus 2. The bombs in Exapower's hands and Kinky and Speedak are up to no good.
20 frags for Kinky so far. This is round number 19, and he needs a couple more if he's going to win this round here. 1 minute on the clock, no bomb planted, of course, and this push from Monster, I don't think Exapower has any idea. Easy kill. Now it's down to Flitz. He knows that players are towards Monster, but does he have the information? I doubt it. And it's going to be a nice positioning from Kinky there. He gets the 2 kills required, up to 22, and it will be DreamEaters posting their first of the second half here. 10-9, but we know that was a bit of a bonus round. That's what we call these days when you come into the round 4 SMGs, the first gun round. I love that B approach there. Do you see that little path they created for the Mag-10s to get through? It was just Danosphere to save the day here. He buys 2 kills, stays alive, denies the plant most importantly, and then pushing through this smoke. They had no idea.
Because it makes no sense. You're like, okay, we've got the early picks. He's tagged, he's scared, his teammates are gone. He's surely going to fall to Graffiti, fall back to heaven. No, he advances, catches them off guard. Lovely stuff from Sviat, in-game leader, for those unaware.
Yes, and those who are unaware, this is our last day of the Challenger stage of the tournament. We go to a day off tomorrow, and then the Legends stage begins on Wednesday. Yeah,
the Legends have arrived in Berlin.
They're on their way. I can sense their presence already.
I saw
Something's
a liquid
different.
In the burger joint.
Did you really?
Yeah, they're fueling up.
Nice. Here's Crad on the MP9. You can see forZe, a very strong setup here. Working towards middle. We've got Almazer and FaceCrack probing long as well. Going to flash over, Molotov towards the tree. In terms of long positioning, Kinky will be holding towards the flower bed. He's got backup from Speedak to actually bait him in from the APC. And that's when Kinky can swing. The flashbang comes in. Doesn't get the quick frag he was looking for. Now he's trying to retreat.
I think he should be able to get away with this one. The flash doesn't necessarily catch them, just around the corner in time. Speedak, that's a quick adjustment, but doesn't connect and will smoke in response. Wants to get out of that corner before the utility is thrown his way. And as I say that, perhaps that's the message he's trying to send, because he sits still.
He does want to move. It's not a great position for the orb. He just wants to make sure no one's spamming it anymore. They've assumed he's moved out, and just wants to make sure he's completely safe here. Him going down to a stray bullet would be a disappointing way to finish this round. 25 seconds, Alex.
Yeah, this is actually going to get really awkward for forZe if they can't make a decision. The decision has been made, and W has been pressed. The Molotov arrives just in the nick of time. Jerry slowed down. They have got it. 15 seconds. The flashes are raining in. Short slowed down. Flit's been caught. This is going to be difficult. 10 seconds. Crad's doubled up, and just like that, a flurry of CT frags means this round's going to be the 11th for DreamEaters.
Absolutely is. Not really much to report there for forZe. They slowed it right down. Default run at the start. Trying to probe toward long. They did push the CTs back. They took information away from that side of the map, but DreamEaters stayed strong. They didn't rotate anyone over from B, and they had a lovely little setup there. With 13 seconds remaining on the final commitment, it was always going to be a very difficult round for forZe. They didn't have the utility to really push through. MP9 actually find the majority of the frags there, and it will go 11 rounds to 9 in favor of the CT's DreamEaters. But the AWP is safe once again. I don't think they forced into this. Saying that, I do see another AK coming through, so not going to spend absolutely everything. This will be another partial buy, and with an AWP and the AK-47, a couple of smokes could be enough. It's actually only the one smoke I see, so they are going to have their work cut out for them. Going to have to slow it down and allow the AWP to find some space.
I feel like you're going to say that a lot in this series.
I think you might be right. Slowing things down for Speedak or Exapower, they're going to be doing that a lot. You're right. 2 star players in their own right.
Get used to it. Looks like they're going to be leaving Jerry. Something that forZe very comfortable to do, something that Jerry likes to do. And you were explaining before, actually, the thought process behind that, with, I think, using Carrigan as an example, leaving the in-game leader on the other side, the extremity of the map.
Absolutely. It means he gets no input lag, and he doesn't have to rely on false information. It's his tactic. He knows the times he wants to be presented, and that's why he'll be doing that. It's a push towards short. Equal exchange for now. Remember, this isn't the force buy from forZe. They have potentially got another rifle here. I doubt it, to be honest. CT should be on top of that. Kinky repositioning just outside the middle bathroom area. 2 players towards long for forZe. There is no sniper presence there right now. It's going to be Speedak who's left A to Kinky. He's actually in towards heaven right now.
He's got no one to help him. Kinky, he's going to get one, but what happens when they swing? A laser's coming from one side and forZe from the other. Back turn, that's a rifle. 35. FaceCrack's got the bomb on his back. He's on his way towards the side. He will have an opportunity, and Almeiza's going to extend it. This is huge from Almeiza. forZe coming into this round with a bit of a mess in the buy department, but this is gorgeous in the fragging department.
Yeah, I don't think Spear has a chance here. He wants to try and take down as many players as he can, but it's XE power that rattles him through the fence there, and it's going to be 10-11. Still in favor of DreamEaters, but that's a massive victory as they came in with the AWP, one AK-47, and they managed to somehow run away with it. It's Almeiza getting baited in by the pistols there, and the missed shot towards Bank, that allowed him to actually win this round. If Speedak hits that, I dare say he gets a couple more.
Yeah, that's not the first time we've seen Speedak from that death cam, I guess you could call it.
Speedak's still on 7 and 14. I said that about 10 rounds ago. I said he's still on 7. So he hasn't fragged in a while. He is not finding himself on the CT side at all. And we are 6 rounds deep right now, going into the 7th round of the second half.
I mean, there's clear depth in the individuals, though. I mean, the fact that your star Raupa hasn't had a comfortable start, but yeah, forZe, Kinky, the two of them, 40 frags between them.
I just feel if XE Power is hitting his shots, you need your Raupa to be on his level, at least having a similar sort of impact. But you are right. The fact that Kinky has 23 frags and forZe is stepping up as well, a name we don't usually mention as much, that's still making do. And they're keeping this game close. It is their map pick, remember. DreamEaters, I'd say, as the underdogs, need to be winning this one. It's actually the first proper matchup we've had between these two teams since 2018.
Yeah, this is a brand new experience for those of you watching at home. Breathe it in. TIS and the major.
Oh, we're doing the boost?
Looks like we are.
Takes all 5 players to get up here, but with the AWP, it's always quite exciting. You'll hold it for a good 15 seconds or so, but if you don't detect anything early on, it's a bit of a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, the reason he's pre-aiming that is not necessarily for the boost, but you can also catch CTs jumping. Sometimes they'll jump for info on short. This time, no cigar. Now, the disadvantage... Ah, that's awkward, Jerry. He's been sliced. He's got a little bit of a scar on his thigh, but he'll play on. The disadvantage of going for that boost early is if there is some early CT aggression, you have got 0 info. Now time becomes an issue. You've got to clear so much in such a hamstrung period of time.
And your teammate, sure, it might not seem like much damage, but it means the M4s are now a one-shot kill on Jerry. Just to note that. It might not seem that important, but it actually kind of is. That's why HEs are important, because if you just land an HE for 20 damage, you think, oh, it's not that much, but it does enable the M4 to be as powerful as the AK at that stage.
That's a really nice observation, Kinky. Could see a perfect example of it right there. That's Jerry. 1 shot from the M4 and 1 frag for Kinky. He does get traded. Now Speedak, he has to step up. We've lost the star, and Speedak, more than capable, hasn't been able to do it just yet. Close quarters catches Flit, majority towards long. forZe keeps this one on the lock and key. Just Almeiza and XE Power starting to make their advance. But the crossfire is so established. This looks impossible, but the time doesn't enable them to do anything else. A smoke, it's their best bet. Try and cross, try and find the frag. Svat will use it to his advantage. The flash doesn't catch him. 12 seconds. forZe ensures the round is over, and XE Power will desperately try and keep hold of his AWP. It may not be possible, that's not bad, but from long, Crad arrives. And so 12-10 on DreamEaters map pit.
Yeah, these teams are so equally matched. It's going to be a fantastic finish here. We're getting to the bookend now, entering round number 23. Finally, Speedak turning up with just the 1 kill, but still an important one. Slowed them down, denied the plant, and we get into the replay here. It's forZe, who continues to be a strong force here, holding towards Optimus and gets himself a couple of kills there. Nice work on 38 HP as well. Partial buy for forZe. They had enough to buy into this one, but they're trying to make sure they have all the tools they require, especially that AWP. They've gone for Deagles and CZs. 1, make it 2 smokes, couple of flashes. Execution is likely. They've used 1 smoke already. That is going to be towards the short position, just to take vision away from the CT, stop them pushing for information. I would assume they'll head towards A, smoke the bomb side, flash over, see what can be done. It's XE Power has the flash. He'll probably flash towards middle right now. He's holding towards playground. Just before they swing round, he'll flash once, and I think they'll just rush it. See if that's the case.
Jerry actually getting so much information, they choose to keep hold of it.
It's the flash. When's it coming in? Maybe just 1 smoke, flash over, 5 people go.
Yeah. Speedak, he's in the tight angle though. That flash likely won't catch him, especially now he's fallen off. Kinky on the corner on long. It's in the sky. That was the smoke towards stairs. That's the flash. Doesn't catch him, and Speedak hits 3. Hits 3. Almeiza and Flit, they're bleeding internally. The spray from Kinky's not good enough for more than 1. Bomb could go down, but that's Jerry with the rifle. That's quite the sacrifice. Instead, they want to push further. They have to take another CT off, and that's Exit Power. He does find one, but this should be all she wrote. Jerry, he's got a chance. A 1 versus 3, and they're going to double peek it to the first. Yeah, has the AWP if he misses with a pistol. Now Jerry, one chance. 1 versus 1 has the AWP to find the 11th for forZe. forZe's on the bomb. He's holding it. It has to be the wallbang. It's all he's got. The only chance from Jerry. He doesn't have the time, and forZe brings 13 home.
He absolutely does as the team ace as well. 1 kill for each player on the team. Another tight situation now on the partial buy for forZe. Somehow they managed to bring it down from a 3 versus 1 to 1v1. But you can see with the AWP, didn't really have many options against the full defuse. And it will be 13-10 overall. But forZe have plenty of money here. His speed he hits 3 players. You can see took down FaceCrack, Almeza and Flit. All get hit. Dang. It's unlucky he didn't get 3 kills. It sometimes can happen. It looks really cool, but it's enough. He's done so much damage. It is definitely significant.
Collateral elbow shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Pushing towards... This is the aggressive options we talked about on the CT side. He's actually got the bomb towards top and middle. Doesn't help him out that much, though, because now a 4-on-4 actually favors forZe. They can slow things right down. The CT defense will be spread thin across the map. Now they're going to have to react off this. They push towards short. So the reason they have to react is the reason I just described. They don't want to be waiting on the bomb side, trying to fend off a full execution with just 2 players there. If they can get real estate on the map, they can force a rotation now. They can actually make things uncomfortable, start flanking. And Speedak will be in towards the bathrooms right now. CTs are doing everything correctly. They have short under their control. And FaceCrack might be aware of that. He's going to have to try and investigate this area. His teammates will surely flash him in.
One would assume so. That MP9 can shred. Crad's put himself in. There is a crossfire established. FaceCrack's gone. Another one appears. Crad keeping forZe safe and sound. And the smoke arrives just in the nick of time. The bomb's now loose. And forZe, they've had this round pulled from them, ripped from them by DreamEaters. What a CT side they've presented us. So Power could catch the back of forZe. He does so. Bomb could be difficult to retrieve. I think they're actually going to let them do it. Yep, they have fallen back into the sights. Sviat, Speedak, and Crad. It's unlikely he gets anything out of this one. Sviat confirms it. Now Exit Power, he'd have to find himself an ace clutch.
Yeah, not with 20 seconds remaining. I don't think it's even possible. But the money's so low. In terms of loss bonus, they're only going to be the 3rd stage after this one. Might as well see what he can do. 14 seconds now.
14. He'd dream for another 30.
Yeah, I think he's just going to save.
Yeah, gonna have to. Powerful weapon in his hands, and yet DreamEaters, this is going to be their 14th. They're running out of chances. After the initial 3 from the pistol, they've just picked up the 1.
They're going to need a timeout here
to piece it together.
Just to work out what's the approach, because it's pick your poison time at this stage. You've got the AWP. But if you lose this round, you're going to be at map point. So you might as well invest everything you got. The fact you're going to have an AWP, it's unlikely you even buy that weapon again, considering the scoreline and the money situation. Might as well put all your eggs into this basket. See what XE Power can do. They're going to have 1 AK to go with it. That's in the hands of Flit. He currently has 14 frags to his name. The other 3 players, Almeza, FaceCrack, and Jerry, will have 2 deagles and 1 CZ respectively. We'll see if this timeout, actually caused by DreamEaters, just to know that they didn't actually lose the previous round. They just want to make sure they close this out as cleanly as possible, analyze the money on the opposition. They know an AWP's been saved, so now they're discussing the tendencies of XE Power. They'll be very aware of what he likes to do on this map. They've been watching these demos, and they know they picked this map, so they're going to want to know how he operates. What will he do in desperate scenarios? Where's his most common pick? How can we avoid giving him opportunities here? AWP leaders there, that says it all. The fact that Speedak only has 4, we said he's been absent. Yeah. Not really the presence we're used to, and sometimes you get that in these sort of derbies. You can get inside your opposition's head quite easily, and maybe feeling the pressure. Currently set on 9 and 15, but he's got the best spawn for B. I'm more than certain he'll probably pick towards Monster and see where he can crack things open. Let's see what he wants to go for, though.
And they are off to the races. Conversation had. DreamEaters, 2 rounds is all they need. They called this timeout to pick them up neatly. And it's very much rinse and repeat. This does seem to be forZe just leaving Jerry happily towards the B side of the map as they advance and secure map control elsewhere. Overpass such a large map that there will always be gaps. And forZe, he's going to create a huge one, catching Jerry. Smoke on Monster, though. He's not going to investigate just yet. On the other hand, Speedak should have hit that. Kinky will do his best, though, to hold down on long. Spectacular work from the CT side. Nice from Speedak onto Exit Power. Gets his revenge, albeit a step in that direction. And we have us 15 DreamEaters. They haven't looked like they've even broken a sweat on this CT side.
Yeah, it's been really strong for them. They lost the pistol and that 0-3 comes through, but like you mentioned, they've only given one single gun round so far, and that was the full investment from forZe. If they're going to come back into this one and force it to overtime, it's going to be 5 MAC-10s and presumably some sort of crazy rush here, and then 4 rounds after that just to get us to overtime. I don't think it's possible. DreamEaters look way too comfortable on the CT side.
I've seen this before. The 5 MAC-10, it can lead to the quickest last round of a series you'll ever see.
Yeah, you're right.
Throw their bodies towards the site and it can end in the blink of an eye. Let's find out if forZe can prove me wrong. Molotovs, flashes, everything. They're throwing it all towards that forZe, and so far so good. The flashes comes in, he gets another. This is what I'm talking about. And Crad will find up, double up. Just the one remains. It's Jerry, and DreamEaters looking to start this series with a bang on their map pick.
Yeah, they take their map pick for sure. Jerry, almost zero chance of winning this one. He does go down to 33 at this stage. Bomb is available to him, so is the AK-47 now. It would be DreamEaters' round to throw away as he does just push through the flashbang here. There's the final kill, 16-10. Convincing stuff there for the DreamEaters, and it will be forZe, who looked like after winning the pistol, they're right back into this one. But that's all they could find on their T side. Nothing really to report after that. They threw everything they could, and even with a performance where speed wasn't really present, their star AWPer, they still look very good.
Which is indicative that we've got a series on our hands. I mean, forZe, Kinky, the fact that they have been able to find this form at crunch time is a good sign of things to come. The same can be said for forZe, though.